Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna hit y'all with a couple ads because, you know, the market's crashing and all. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? YouTube, give me my $2. I want it. I'm just playing. Yo. What is going on? Markets are clapped.
Have you ever been?
No. You guys want to hear something funny? Hold on. Is a desktop audio. Yo, apparently hedge funds are hurting just as bad as the normal person.
Poor performance. There are now plenty of big-time hedge funds that got caught the wrong way. Big funds, billions of dollars, bunch of down double-digit guys. That's shocking to me. We're just beginning of the year. We're no longer just watching Wood's ARK funds. Her misery has a lot of company. Are the big guns getting clobbered? Yes. 5 is
Yes, the big guns are getting clobbered. Send the backup. Oh my God, the futures are terrible. Jeez, how are we doing? It's rough out there. Let's go, baby. Yeah, that's exactly what we want to see. I mean, that's a tough one. Netflix down 20%. Get out of here. Tomorrow, last 30 minutes. I mean, why's it got to be the last 30 minutes, though? I mean, I get it, but it's gonna do it. It does. I think people are just gonna be buying all day. What up? I'm ready for tomorrow. 25K to spend. Okay, coming to party, coming to play. What's up, man? Dan the man in the house. Say what? Yeah, it's hard out here for an investor. You know? People are getting clapped. What's up, dude? God the Heavenly Father. Look so promising at open. Yeah. Oh, man. It did for most of the day, to be honest. The AMC was doing really good. But, yeah, right at the open, got rejected at the 20. But we held this range for a long time. And then it was like such a pattern too. Like it's almost beautiful to watch. Like leveled out, shorting started, and just straight down in an even way. Crypto taking a dive. Yeah, I seen that. I think best case scenario is we drop down earlier for the gap fill and skyrocket to the 20s. Yeah, I mean, with the market selling off like this, liquidity is really drying up fast. Can you explain the relationship of bonds to everything? Okay, so, I mean, bonds and actual yields, right? Like this is what you obviously get paid out. Well, there's the inverse relationship. So I like to look at it like a dividend stock. People sell dividend stocks. The stock price goes down. The yield that you'd get paid out goes up on those dividend stocks. So what's going on right now, which is not a good sign, is that the yields are falling and the market is falling. So people are just selling everything. It's just a mad liquidation. Just people are selling everything, bonds included, which cannot tell you other things like inflation expectations, but in times like this, it's just fear. People are selling everything. I mean, once the yields should go up as the market is going down because they're competing asset classes, and eventually, you know, the yields will shoot back up. When that happens, I mean, when they're correlated like this, it should stop a market sell-off. But bonds really react off inflation expectations and the Fed. What interest rates are supposed to be. But it definitely can be a key indicator. I mean, if you watch the bonds, as soon as they started to spike December 31st and January, the beginning, the SPY, I believe that's the peak that we recently had. Yeah, that was like the peak once the bonds started to jolt up. And then we started selling off. Like literally, look at that. Look at that. The peak was here the 4th on the SPY. And the bonds, this was the 4th. Like right after they started. And it's been just a landslide ever since. So there's a big relationship as far as where money's going to. Hey, man. What's going on? Naz, sup, bud? What's going on? Goldman Sachs puts a printing in JPM. Wish I had Netflix. Yeah, I actually played Disney. Help those who don't listen. Yeah, I mean, yeah. See, I was going to play Netflix, but it was so expensive. So I just did Disney. Because I figured it was probably going to be bad the way the markets looked. If it was, then Disney's going to get hit too. I have the 147 puts, and the stock's like 142. So those will be really good. I have a price prediction for tomorrow. Let's hear it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying January 21st. Yep, I'm just saying. It makes a lot of sense. Yo, Mr. Simon with the Tesla puts. There we go. What's going on? What the fuck happened today? No more Netflix and chill. AMC and Orange Grove is coming. Yeah, Netflix got clapped. The what people were guiding for was like 6 million subscribers for this quarter, for Q1, like January, February, March. But they said that they only expected 2.5 million subscribers. So it's affecting everything because people are like, if Netflix is paying all this money to acquire subscribers, hopefully, right, in theory, making high-quality content costs a lot of money. If they can't do that, then Netflix probably can't. Viacom, AT&T, these other people. And actually, Apple's kind of taking a hit, too. I think off of that, if I were to imagine, because they have their Apple TV and a couple of their own subscription stuff. Yeah, and that's down 1% in after hours. I'm telling you, if Apple goes, oh, man, it's going to be tough. Because Apple's still up a lot. But yeah, the Disney should be like a 2,000% winner. Futures are ugly. 1.29% negative on NASDAQ. Jeez. Greetings from Greece. I'm watching 5 in the morning. Oh my gosh. Let's fucking go. Got Europe launched last fall. Yeah, I've made made a lot of big trades on Disney before. It's one I've hit over 1,000% on, like, since 2020. 3 times, I believe, 3 or 4 times. How's our market crash coming along, my guy? Yeah, it's coming. It's pretty much here, depending who you ask. How old is your daughter? She's almost 1.5. I need a milli right now, low on Bud Light. I need a milli too, man. Freaking, I got robbed today. The market makers robbed me. I was going to get January 21st. Well, I wasn't going to get. I was trying to get filled my hardest. I was trying to get Peloton $26 puts for tomorrow for $9. I hit them on the ask too because I wanted them right away. I got the news and the stock was only down like 1.5%. Hit them right on the ask before it got halted, way before. Couldn't get filled. 50 contracts too for like $450. If they would have filled me, which they should have, that would have been $15,000. I was mad for like a good hour. So I'm like, how do you hit the market makers on the ask and they don't fill you? Like they knew what the hell was about to happen at that point. What do you think about Evergrande? Ooh, Evergrande's a bad situation, but that's, people talk like they're just going to go bankrupt fast. And it's going to be something that's going to hurt the markets, I think, later in 2022, because like big bankruptcies, like Lehman, things like that, they usually happen for at least a year. Like Lehman Brothers started talking about, their situation wasn't good in September of 2007, or was it June? Around there. And they didn't declare bankruptcy until the following September in 2008. So, I believe September 15th. So they take a long time, but it's coming. Not arriving in May. Super stoked about it. There you go. Get her a long term. Buy her some stocks. Even like $100 a month in even 18 years will turn into like $100,000 invested, relatively safe. At least it should. But congratulations. Need to follow Disney more. I researched them a lot in school. Yeah, it's like a hit or miss stock. Sometimes they do really good and sometimes they do terrible. Like I hit it really good once they crossed 200. I think it was like 175 to 200. I played that one really good. But Disney's good for taking small amounts to large amounts, but I never play it big enough. Like Disney, I usually play it like $11, $15, $30, just a couple of them instead of buying like 10 or 15. And then they hit 1,000%. It's like, damn. Let's fucking go, baby. Edward Morgan in the house. Shout out to you. Said gassing up the rocket ships. Warm the stock Twitch crypto and stock pages, tag them, inform them all the elites are plotting against us. We need to gather members too. If they coordinate, we should too. We like the stock. Yeah, I mean that's honestly a good way to put it, because they do. So why can't we? And I was thinking about it. It's technically not like a pump and dump if the stock don't dump, right? It's not like I have insider information or anybody else. You know? Oh, futures are clapped. Yeah, futures are clapped. Negative down 1.3% on the NASDAQ. Dow's down 0.5%. S&P's down 0.8%. That's really bad for futures right now. Asia's not doing too bad. Well, I mean, they are, but not as bad as they were earlier. But they're going up, well, relatively to what they were, and we're starting to drop as far as futures. Yeah, we're clapped. I mean, Netflix. That's what I'm saying. Earnings. I've been saying this for such a long time. Like, earnings are definitely going to matter. Some people would say they don't, but, you know, Disney just clapped. Peloton. Fucking market makers. I'm still mad. Like, seriously. Those contracts went from $9 to $300 on the ask or the bid when I was trying to, if I were to sell them. I'm like, get real. $9 to $300 a piece. Caught it like right in here. And it didn't even halt till down here. I'm like, that's fucking crazy. But Peloton definitely kick-started a lot of this sell-off. Your show is unique in a good way. Hey, that is a good thing. There we go. Appreciate you, brother. We ride at dawn. We ride at dawn. Let's hit that like button for our boy Tyler. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, that like button is free 99. Free 99. Netflix taking the market down. Yeah, Netflix is the one that, I mean, they pretty much nailed the coffin here. Now if you want to play the upside, you're going to need a big company like Netflix come out and do good. Imagine if, man, imagine Amazon, Apple. You don't even want to imagine this. Amazon, Apple, Facebook, NVIDIA, they all come out with bad earnings or not up to par. And this is just the start. I mean, I'm invested in other things, so it's like I would feel some pain definitely in the short term, but I don't even think about selling. But AMC would be like hot at that time. And it's kind of weird, like we've been talking about this for only a couple days. And it's like the first day we started talking about that. I don't know who started it. I think Lou. And like every day we've been selling off. So theoretically, it's going to do a lot more damage now than even just a couple days ago. All the big benches. Yeah, I think I got JP Morgan puts too. Yeah, big clapped. I think I have the $100 ones though. Yeah, so it still needs to come down a lot. What's really crazy, right? Check this out. If earnings are bad, you don't even want to see how ugly this is. This is ugly. Like, that's all we've seen so far. But really, if earnings are just terrible, then you're coming down to at least 400, at least down here, if not down to like late 2020 prices at like 360. That would be nasty. I love being down 70%. The markets are destroying me. I'm down. I am down a lot too. I think I'm only up in stocks that I bought over the last year. I think I'm only up in a couple. Maybe just one. Maybe Lucid. I have a big gain in Lucid still. Well, I guess it's kind of big. I put a lot into it. I'm up like 80% still. But, oh man. This is the start. Like, this is just the start. We are going to see a bounce, though. Probably at the 200 day. Probably a bounce back up to 450-ish and then another sell down. And that might be the bottom, in this range. If the Fed comes out and scares the markets, though, and earnings are bad, oh, fuck. You're going to see a full-on meltdown. That's what we've seen today. That's the craziest. Like, we seen a meltdown today. This was full-fledged panic mode. Like, what? We were up almost 2% on the NASDAQ. I think I was up like 2,000 at one point. 2,500 today. I was up almost 10% in the portfolio. Closed negative, barely. I'm like, what? Reverse the whole damn gain. When are AMC earnings? Good question. I haven't heard anybody confirm that. While I looked that up, though, listen to what Kramer said. I know people don't like Kramer, but he literally says the hedge funds are getting clapped.
We're no longer just watching wood guys. That's shocking to me. We're just beginning of the year. We're no longer performance. There are now plenty of get more towels thrown tomorrow. Have the analysts thrown the towel? We're going to do this, okay? Some have, some haven't. 4, are the big guns getting clobbered? Holy cow. David Faber, my partner, Squawk in the Street, he reported that while Kathy Wood remains the poster child of poor performance, there are now plenty of big-time hedge funds that got caught the wrong way. Big funds, billions of dollars, bunch of down double-digit guys. That's shocking to me. We're just beginning of the year. We're no longer just watching Wood's ARK funds. Her misery has a lot of company. Are the big guns getting clobbered? Yes. 5, is there actual systemic risk? This one's more of a safety question because systemic risk means you can't trust the bottom, like the late 2008 period. What we have are normal risks, rising long our economy, which is...
Yeah, said they're all getting clapped, taking big losses. It looks like it's just estimated right now still for March 9th. What's the expectation? Which, I mean, I still think earnings will be decent because Q4 is usually the biggest spending time of the year. So that might, help things a little bit. But I think markets want something that is really, really good. I think markets right now are honestly looking for things to sell off from. They kind of do that. They look for reasons to sell off when it's super fearful, then they look for reasons to be happy when it's good. It's all the shorting and lack of shorting plays into that. Yeah, pretty interesting. What are futures? Oh my god, every time I look it's worse. Dude, 1.57%. I mean, I'm not really complaining like that, but tomorrow's going to be exciting. I don't think I've had this much excitement in the markets in a long time. Looks like a chinchilla barking. 58 million volume a day. Any guesses for tomorrow volume? I'm saying 90 million plus. Yeah, if we're not at 90 million, something's wrong here. Depending, I don't think a lot of people use public. That's where I'm going to be buying my shares on, is public. And that should, I don't know, it's going to be a really interesting experiment. I wonder if the hedge funds know, too. They're like, we got to let the volume come through today. We can't route it all to the dark pool. AMC did break 20 briefly today, but no follow through, so it sold off. Yep. I mean, that was strong, too. That was a strong move. That was not a weak move. High volume, too. This is the minute. Over 1 million shares in a minute. Hundreds of thousands every minute. Another $1 million candle. 500,000 right here. So, I mean, with that kind of volume that we're looking at, if orders are really going to the lit exchanges the last 30 minutes, that's the thing though. I mean, you have a better chance of raising the stock in the first 30 minutes rather than the last 30 minutes. Look at the last 2 days and the last, look at that. Just straight. This was actually a big deal too. Yesterday, these two dips, but today it doesn't even compare. But dip at the end of the day. Dip. That was a early kind of dip. Rally. See, dip. That was kind of muted. I guess it's 50-50, but over the past, it's pretty typical you get that end of the day sell-off. Right there, right there, right there. I don't know. Sh- But I think that so many stocks that we own, not even just AMC, are so beaten down. Like DraftKings down 60% on the year, like $20 per share, $21, less than $10 billion market cap. It's like, I think if the markets, and this should be a bullish thing for people. If the market still theoretically could come down to like 400 on the SPY, which would be like a 20%, you're in fucking bear markets at that point. If that happens, I don't think your smaller caps, your mid caps, definitely not your mid caps like AMC, DraftKings, those stocks would continue to sell off as much as like your large cap stocks. Because those are the cash piles, and those are what really moves the markets. It's not really like your SoFis or AMCs or, Affirms. It's Pelotons. It's not really those companies. It's the big companies. So I think the hedge funds might take big losses on the big companies, and then the sell-off would slow down in stocks like AMC. At least that's just a theory. I think it makes sense, though. Wait, by 6.3. Anyone see laptop legends AMC sell videos was a joke at a 50% loss? Why would I sell at this point? Buster, what? Laptop legends? Oh jeez, I'm gonna have to check that out. That's comical. 17,000 bitcoins in the last 4 hours. Yeah, that's a lot for Bitcoin. The play has become so much more. Yeah. Digging into crypto. Yeah, that's what it looks like. What are the next levels to watch and spy after breaking down today? Shit, the first, that 450 was the key. If we do continue to drop, it's the 200-day moving average. Most algorithms, if they're trading like the index or other stocks, they're trading off of the 50-day, 100-day, and 200-day moving averages on the SPY. Like we have never hit, besides back here in June of 2020, we've never went under the 200-day moving average until almost now. The 100-day, that's the one that was like really hard to get to and stay under right there, and we've touched it a couple times along the way, but the 50-day, I mean, it's so clear when you look at the 50-day. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Broke under for a minute, and 9, 10, and then finally, I mean, we're way under that now. But there's a lot of opportunities, My guy Simon knows. He's got all the Tesla puts your heart could desire. Fucking should have got those Pelotons, damn it. Like, I emailed the brokerage and everything. I'm like, is there any way you guys can rectify this? Because I'm sick of this shit happening all the time. Imagine if Kramer follows his own advice. Yeah, it's crazy. He's actually saying that we could be close to a bottom right now. I'm like, why are you telling people that? You know damn well, or at least you should, if earnings are bad and there's not a good piece of news to latch onto, I mean, the markets will bounce, but they're not going to, like, stay up. Especially if the Fed comes out and just terrorizes the markets. Like, why would you tell people that? I'm like, no way. Yeah, if we break under the 200-day, oh, fuck. We're probably going to 400 on the SPY. I'm definitely, I mean, there's a lot of, like, day trades and stuff, if you guys know how to trade options. Kramer's a joke. He just pumps certain stocks that his fund wants to unload. Yeah. I mean, I own AMD, and I do own a couple that his fund owns, but I've been in. No, I am still positive on a couple stocks. AMD, I'm still up like 80% too. I was buying that in the 50s. Dart pool volume was. Yeah, they don't do this live every day, I don't believe now. It's usually in the 60% range. We see 7 million shares available to be borrowed. Still make money, yeah. Yeah, he was telling people to buy Bear Stearns at like $40, $30, $40 in 2008, and then like a week later they went bankrupt and got bought out for $2 a share. Like, damn. That's a tough call. The futures are whacked. I mean, what you really want to see, if you're just all in AMC, you want to see the MOS as fast as possible. I know it's coming, so I really don't care how long it takes. I think it's very possible that we do see a big day and that this could be the first leg of the MOS. Obviously, we're not going to 10,000 tomorrow, but definitely could start to see that next leg up. You want to see the Dow start to become more equally matched up with like the S&P and the NASDAQ as far as being down. They're only down 0.5%. If they're all down like over 1%, maybe by the end of the stream, if not, tomorrow, if you guys wake up early and see them, then it's just full on panic mode though. Fucking panic. Everybody panic. Who is this Al guy? I looked him up and couldn't find it. I don't know. Somebody said they got like banned or something. Yeah, I don't see his channel. What? Due to sexual harassment allegations. What? YouTube took his account down? Wow. I think it was YouTube. This guy, man. Short Squeeze channel. This fucking guy. Oh my god. Have you guys seen this guy? I don't like to call people out, but this guy is full of shit. Like what, dude? Just making fun of people saying, I can only make one video a day or one video every 3 days because I work a lot. Bro, you're making 3 videos, 15 minutes each. He's off of Twitter too. Jeez. I don't like that guy though. Futures 1.44%. Give us attendees. Yeah, and just yields are dropping too. I mean, should be good for markets. Dude, I like Al now next Lou. Oh, geez. Bitcoin crashing now under 38. That what? What's going on with Bitcoin? Come on. Don't touch Bitcoin. I want to buy Ethereum too. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, I was looking at this earlier because Ethereum Classic started to drop a lot. And I'm like, this might be like the first blow, to crypto. But this was hours ago. And now it's starting. Ethereum Classic started earlier. Yeah, like right here. I'm like, what is going on? Or maybe it was right there. Jeez. No, it's full on panic. People are just panicking. I don't even think it's anything else besides full on panic. Full panic mode. Yeah, full correction mode. That's exactly what it is. If you guys are smart, you can make a shit ton of money off AMC or something else. Throw a fucking $100 at fucking Facebook puts or Tesla puts. Not a recommendation. Or Disney puts or probably not Netflix. They've dropped a lot, but the Netflix is gonna be like 2,000%. But a little bit in options can go a long way, though. Yeah, it's fucking bloody. What's Asia looking like? Kind of the same as they were. Oil prices down too. Yeah, Brent crude down too. Jeez. Natural gas is up. That's surprising. Jeez. What's gold? Just everything. Full on liquidation. Hit the like button for me if you guys are tuning in to this excitement. Mayday meaning. Oh, you mean like Mayday? Like Mayday? Like help. Help. Mayday. You know what I'm saying? Bro, no panic mode here, playa. What's up? What's going on? Apple puts, Microsoft puts. I mean, Apple's just going to move really slow because it's such a large market cap. Unless they completely miss on earnings. Then at that point, you're probably better off just buying like some SPY puts. Because Apple and the SPY are going to do like the same thing. Like if Apple's down like 10%, the SPY's at least going to be down. The SPY is the S&P 500. And the NASDAQ are at least going to be down 5%, and that's gonna be a wild day. That's coming. Don't wait. Don't be prepared for that. We might just see a 5% down day. The biggest down days I've ever seen was March of 2020 in a single day. That was like there was no bottom. That's what this is starting to feel like. We don't quite have the red light to go crazy yet. Watch the big companies miss earnings and the Fed go crazy and raise interest rates or something. That's when shit gets exciting. It's crazy to think too. You're going to be like 5 years from now, look back like, damn, I lived through that. Like I remember that drop. That's how I am with like 2018 and 2019. I'm like, damn, I remember that. And then now 2020. Yeah, all of this. I was a new investor too. Imagine that. My penny stocks were getting shit on. I should have just bought some blue chips. Probably around this time, like right before everything started to rally. Then this was ridiculous. But I mean, like, look at even the volume. It's still like not that high if you look at the volume compared to obviously 2020, but the 2020 volume is even low compared to 2008. Look at that. I was kind of tripping when I noticed it. Like look at all that volume for years. And then look at 2020. It's a baby. It's a baby. It doesn't even compare. But that's what derivatives are going to do though. It's going to be those sharp rallies too. 2008 was a lot of mortgage derivatives, not as much derivative exposure. But I mean, shit, dude. Like, come on. Yeah, to drop to 400, that looks kind of likely when you're looking at this, don't it? How low can we go? Sorry guys if I don't see your comments. I'm kind of excited, just looking at things. But how low can we go? 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 Go low. I mean, I think the sell-off would likely slow down. So, I mean, 15 is still where I said, like, probably your worst case scenario is going to be, like, 15. Because, these stocks don't follow the indexes. That's why, like, these stocks are down 60, 70, 80%, and the indexes were still, like, chugging up every day. It's because, like, when the indexes fall, it makes other things fall too. But that's like AMC today. AMC was only down 1.36%, whereas you had other stocks that were down 5 to 10% all day. I think Apple fell more. What? I think Apple fell more than AMC, didn't they? Or close. Really close. Really, really close. Fucking Netflix. Thank you, Netflix. Appreciate it. No, I want to look at that chart. God damn it. Oh, very close. Very close. I think very, very close. So the sell-off would slow down, and it would get worse in other things, and then it would kind of chill out or go through a rally after that. Try and eat puts at open, though. We will make history tomorrow. Yeah, I'm really excited, honestly. I want to live stream it. Do a Fibbo. AMC's up 1,200% on the year, bro. Yeah, still, yeah. I mean, is it still? Probably, yeah. Around that. At the end of the day tomorrow. It just depends how much they actually let the orders go through. If a lot of people are using, like, Public, I don't even know about Fidelity. Fidelity is not my favorite, so I can't say anything for them, but Public's more transparent about what they do. So if a lot of people use Public, send orders to the exchanges, or not as many are internalized in the dark pools, then could be good. 21 to 25 wouldn't surprise me if we do see the orders actually go through. Tyler, you just don't get it. Oh, yeah. I love it. You're funny, David. Like, you're probably right. I just try to be optimistic. I mean, for AMC, it's like, it would be a good thing. But if it's the worst crash in history, you're looking at like 2012 type or 2008 type shit. Like, you're going to be down for years. Like, if your family was trying to retire or something, they ain't retiring. Back here all the way till over here. 2008, 2007 to 2013. So what was that, like 6 years? Something like that. If you bought at the top. There is a lot of opportunities, though. One, when the market crashes like that, and for the long term. Because if you had bought any of these dips too, you'd be rich as hell right now. People are. I mean, yeah, definitely possible. E-Trade has the best commercials. Look at that. Cryptocurrencies tumble with Bitcoin falling 7% and Ether down 9% in the last 24 hours. Nasdaq down almost 5% this week, and the S&P 500 into its third straight week of losses. Yeah, it's been tough. As the 10-year U.S. Treasury yield spiked earlier this week, rising rates have caused investors to shed their positions in riskier assets. The Federal Reserve also indicated its plans to begin reducing its balance sheet as well as tapering of bonds. And okay, we all know that. We all know that, man. Ah, I love tea. I love beer more, you know what I'm saying? David Johnson, I need me a Bud Light to deal with this. No, I'm just playing. This shit's fun. Yeah, that's a straight down 38,000. Oh man, imagine all the crypto people. Jeez. We're all freaking the fuck out. We're all freaking out. It's kind of crazy. Nasdaq 1.6, SPY down 1%. Dow is going down more too. If you see that hit like 1%, like I said, you're just fucking clapped. I think Peloton started a lot of this stuff too. Yeah, people with margin, be careful. Tyler has tequila in his Kool-Aid. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, crypto is just beating up. I want Ethereum. Really want Ethereum. Market. Jeez, Ethereum is getting whacked. That's ridiculous. Oh, what the hell? That's not what I wanted. Yeah, it's clapped. Jeez. That's tough. Renaissance Technologies reportedly sees 15 billion in 2021 outflows. Wow. Hedge funds still not sold on Trump's fantasy fascist Facebook. Oh, come on. Give him a break. Hedge funds all political. That's a turnoff. What the fuck was I gonna... Oh, China. Yeah, a lot of war stuff, too. China warns U.S. after tracking warship in South China Sea. U.S. Navy warship challenges Chinese territorial claims in the South China Sea. China says it warned away U.S. warships in South China Sea. U.S. denies. China, bro. Jeez. We just want to be friends, man. Stop trying to take Taiwan. International bondholders threaten legal action. Yeah, I bet. Shit, I would want to sue Evergrande too before there's nothing left. Developers soar on Chinese easing proposals. Yep. Says Evergrande's hiring more advertisers to help deal with debt. Advisors. Duh. Evergrande bondholder want to legal. Yikes. I buy dips and blue chips, baby. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Need to crash like Netflix so I can buy puts. Yeah, Netflix down 20%. Got a nice trade on the Disney, but I mean, the puts I looked for on Netflix would have been like deep into the money too, which is like, damn. Like deep in the money. What was I looking at? Yeah, look at those. $400 put for $40. That's crazy. I was looking at like the 425s for like 100. Those would be worth like $2,500 a piece right now. 100 into 2,500. Power of options, baby. World War III. World War III, but I don't know what that would look like. Man, World War III. Fuck. I mean, the U.S. is still gonna fuck everybody up. But, that's not good. I don't like war, man. I find World War II very interesting, but that's like the last thing the world needs. Is the end of the world. Or the nuclear meltdown. Yeah, futures are just kind of stagnated. Just bad. When is Amazon earnings, baby? Amazon earnings. Am I missing it? Am I tripping? I'm tripping, huh? Tripping. Come on. When the fuck? Oh, February 1st. Okay. Apple. That's the 27th, I believe. Jeez. Can't type right now. Yeah, January 27th, right after the Fed meeting. As soon as people go hard and sundown, it will never reverse split, or it will reverse split. I see. I don't like splits. The split that you want is the just the straight up stock split. The reverse split, it doesn't make you money. It's not like a big FOMO catalyst. Like, if you had a stock that reverse split at $1 to stay listed on the markets, or at 50 cents for simple math here, and they issued 10 times the shares, the stock would go to $5. You'd still have, the same amount of money. You just have more shares and less shares, and they'd be worth more. It's the splits that you want. Just the straight up splits. Or maybe that's reverse splits I'm thinking about. I don't know. I get them confused for sure. MC Theaters should open tomorrow and have you on the big screen for us to watch. There we go. Right, I'm a huge fan of World War II. Not that I like war. I've watched almost every single move on World War II. Private Ryan, Miracle at the St. Anna, Pearl Harbor. Even watch Band of Brothers on YouTube. Yeah, I think it's very interesting. Like, the different battles, and like that we sent our troops to Africa to get battle experience before going to Germany, like the battle in Midway, Pearl Harbor, D-Day. The fact that, if we hadn't stepped in, like, there would be a Nazi world. Or like if Hitler wasn't so egotistical and didn't go to Stalingrad and just went to the capital, went to Moscow instead, they would have took Russia. Like, those things are like, crazy. Just like, wow, one little thing. 50 miles instead of going south to Stalingrad. If they had just kept going 50 more miles to Moscow, like the same distance, they would have probably won the war if Russia was gone. We ride at dawn, fellas. Yeah, I love World War II history. Well, I'm glad I'm not alone. Because now, most wars, like, a lot of wars just don't interest me. No, there would have been a Russian world. Yeah, if Germany could have took Russia. They instead of going to Moscow, they went south instead to Stalingrad, and it froze over, and their equipment, they weren't ready for that. And then the fucking Russians sent millions of people on them. The Steel Curtain. We will speak German. Longest day. I mean, my family's German too. French, German, Canadian. Like very German, like one letter off, like Hitler German. Like, I don't want to say the actual name because it's not my business, but like you hear it and you're like, damn. You gotta burn to earn. This AMC's screwed. No, brother, we're just getting started. AMC's just getting started. I kind of want to look at just all these earnings real quick. I did February 2nd. See, Apple, buddy. Like, these companies set very high bars to compete against. I mean, if you look at like December 2020, Microsoft, it's like a 34% increase. 34% increase, like crazy. So if you in EPS like everything's super high. Like, look at these numbers. A 16.72% revenue increase. And like all of them, they're just big gains. If that starts to slow down, clapped. That's January 25th. So that's going to be on the first day of the Fed meeting. So we're going to get Microsoft earnings, Jerome Powell, and then Apple right after that. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think Thursday, right? The 27th? Yeah, Thursday. Apple next Thursday. Hitler was Mexican. Attacked Russia in the winter, end of the war because of that. AMC is going to Pluto. What you mean? Make AMC great again. I like that statement. I worked for Citadel. Probably. Come on. Work for Citadel. Fuckers. They Eric, well, there's like the process that has to happen. Like, regulators have to approve it and all of that. If they do, then it would then I think usual mergers take like 6 months. So they'll like figure out, accept the offer. It's like Activision buyout price. The buyout price is like $94 per share. Yeah, 68.7 billion. Then divide that by how many shares are outstanding. It's about $94. So you can actually make a decent, like 15% if you bought Activision right now and then waited for them to get acquired. And that's an all cash deal, so you just get paid out straight to your brokerage account. I've had stocks get bought out on me. Sometimes it's like, why would you take that deal? But Activision's case, I think it makes a lot of sense to sell it 68 billion. Like, no, that's a no-brainer. Other big companies, Google. No, it's Alphabet. See, February 1st, so they're all just, it's going to be crazy. $27 earnings per share. About time Google starts paying a dividend, though. I don't think they do. But yeah, these companies just set the bar way too high within the last year. And he's selling his Bitcoin to cover AMC. That's a very long time, man. I did that when Google bought Fitbit, and it took years. Oh man, yeah. They can take a lot. Like AMD, I feel like AMD and the Xilinx merger has taken like a year since it was first announced. When does Apple revenue come out? That would be on the earnings if you're abbreviating for revenue. That'd be the 27th. So next week, the Thursday. I end up back to back, 11,057 shares strong and getting 10 more tomorrow. There we go, baby. Hopefully, did the slowdown chill out a little bit? Jeez. No, it looks like everything's just sitting at the low. Yeah, starting to go back down a little bit, huh? Yeah, it's just panic. Like, dude, this is panic. The futures are solid red. Kramer says the stock market is getting closer to forming a bottom. Dude, you're going to have to throw the markets a big-ass bone for them to chill out now. Once you see panic, it's really hard to... Or, like, expectations going down. Jeez. That means everything. Like, if you had an asteroid that's like a 90% chance that it's going to blow up the world and end the world, markets would go down like 80% tomorrow. But if it's like a 1% chance, I mean, they're probably still going down a lot, but not all the way down. Those expectations are getting hit right now. I'm down like 4,000 on Bitcoin. There we go. Inflation making people go nuts. Yeah, I think like real inflation is a lot worse than the actual headlines are. Like, I feel like the cost of living is much more expensive now than it was in like 2019, 2020. Like, dude, it's bad when Burger King has had $1.49 chicken nuggets for the longest time, 10-piece. And they switch it up like a month ago. Now it's only an 8-piece. What? McDonald's ice cream machines are broke more often than usual now. Like, we ain't doing it. Inflation. Y'all give me my ice cream, man. Kramer's trying to save his friends. I think the market's figured out that whatever he says, do the opposite. So he's got all of his buddies shorting shit. He's like, if I just tell them the bottom's close, then they'll just keep selling. And then they'll forget I said that, and then they'll all just be more fearful, and then they'll keep selling. Like, people have to be paid to be this bearish. Like, I get it. Like, I know the situation is not good. Like, what I'm saying to you guys is something I've seen for a while. Like, I've said all of this many, many times. Go back 3 or 4 months, and I was saying a lot of this stuff. Really, over the last 2 months, since, like, November, I was talking about earnings slowing down and sell-off second half of the year. After the January effect, which, thank you, January. You've been real nice to us. Santa Claus was late. January rally never came. But yeah, point is, motherfuckers are getting paid out here. They are eating. Fuckers. Happy about AMC right now. Not to sound like a broken record. No, you're good. This is what we are here for. This is like, I've been told, like, late night therapy. Just to, like, you know, keep shit grounded. Yeah, I mean, I personally, the way I like to look at it is like, is the pain almost over? It's like, I fucking hate going to the dentist because I don't care how many times I get numbed up, that shit still hurts. So I'm like, when is the pain over? You know, when's the pain over? If I got like 10 more minutes left, I'm not going to run out of that place. I actually did. Me and my brother were like fighting. We weren't punching each other. But we like tackled each other. And he grabbed my arms because he was bigger than me. And fucking, he went down on his back, but I went down like right next to him, busted out these front 3 teeth. Oh, talk about the worst pain ever. So much I was in the dentist for like 2 weeks straight, putting rods in my gums, and I guess I'm traumatized from that. The band insider trading. I mean, insider trading's like, you're not supposed to do that. But like, yeah, with like the government, it definitely sounds like it. Yeah. Or at least like disclose the trades every day or something along those lines. There's going to be some kind of change. Apparently Hitler had syphilis. That's why he went crazy by the end and made stupid decisions. Yeah, not sensed out like someone. I choose not to mention AMC is better than war. Yeah, Hitler did start to make questionable calls. That's why they tried to kill him. Brandy, no Rocky Road. No Rocky Road. I don't know who I'm talking about. You're Brandy. There's a couple Brandies in here, too. There's a lot of Brandies out there, bro. Stressing me out, man. It's funny. Trading Whitney. The hedge is dumping coin for margin, but they're dumping it. Oh, yeah. That's definitely going on. Hell yeah. Like, that's 100%. I mean, and it always seems like the sell-offs get worse overnight, too. Like, once midnight comes around, you'll probably be seeing, another big move down. They're still alive. They have military bases. They aren't hard to go to myths. They're all in Mars. That's why everyone is interested in Mars. Wouldn't that be some shit? They were, like, light years ahead of us. There is actual, there's that show Finding Hitler. Is it Finding Hitler? Where I didn't watch the show, but I seen on Joe Rogan's podcast, the main guy that does the show, Joe Rogan just asked him, like, do you think Hitler escaped? And he's like, well, you know, I haven't ever said this before or like said it on the show, but he's like, I think so. He's talking about how when you go to like Argentina and Belize and all these places, there is legit Nazi bases everywhere, and there's like whole towns of nothing but German people that are low-key Nazis. Like middle of the jungle, German people. Whole towns, they speak German. Like the bars are German themed. I'm like, what? But yeah. They definitely got away. Couple thousand at least. How far down do you think AMC can go? Like $15 would probably be like, your worst case scenario, because like I said earlier, you probably obviously weren't in here when I was going over that, but like everything else is down substantially. The markets, like the indices, they would be down like 30% right now if it wasn't for the top stocks. So it's like the other stocks have already gotten beat down, so that sell-off will slow down like we seen today with AMC, down 1.36%. That's like nothing compared to what other stocks are doing. And then you'll see that start to slow down, maybe not, stop selling off, but at least slowing down. And then you'll see the large cap stocks that control the indexes starting to sell off much faster. Hunting Hitler on History Channel was a fascinating. Maybe it was Hunting Hitler. One of those. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, there's the one with the Joe Rogan podcast. That's a good one to watch. If you just want like the summed up version of the whole thing, it was great. German, Welsh, and Argentina, yeah. Looking options, they will try 15, but it's going to kick off covering if they get it under 15. Yeah. Everybody going to load up on bonds at the bottom, and which ones? Like bonds, like treasury bonds, or like AMC bonds. I hope people get put themselves at the end of this. This is ridiculous. Yeah, seriously. How strong is retail? We will see soon. Yeah, that's a good question. I think I think overall we're a strong group of people. We're not really deterred by much. I mean, look at what they've done with the stock and look how many people are still around, But yeah, see how much dry powder we have left. Retail, baby. Oh, treasury. Well, right now the yields are going up, or they were. They've started going down a little bit. So they've been selling off bonds recently. Now they're buying them because the yield's going down, but this is hedge funds selling bonds from basically the start of the year, because they're like, hey, if tapering's going to start, the Fed's going to start unleashing more supply and demand will always make bond prices go down and the yields go up. So they're just probably waiting. Argentina, FOMO has to kick in. Yeah, the price went down, but there wasn't much of a sell-off. Yeah, I explained this too in the last video as well. Like, when the markets are selling off, when like the indices are selling off, people that are selling out are going to look for other places to park their money, whether it's short positions or if there's arbitrage opportunities like the Activision, acquisition. But if there's other stocks that are rallying, like short squeezes, like AMC at the bottom of the market, that could actually drive a lot of FOMO to come in. Is just people trying to park their money in something that's doing good as like a rush to safety. Because if AMC is doing really good and everything else is really bad, AMC is getting better as everything else is getting worse, then, I've personally seen that happen a lot. What's good, brother? Financial journey. Damn, AMC is sitting at a good price right now. Yes, it is. It really is attractive at these prices. Like, how much more is it gonna fall? Like, come on. Like, you're looking at a totally different risk to reward profile right now, in my opinion. When AMC goes, getting an AMC tattoo for sure. Oh yeah, I definitely will. He said when it goes, because If it don't, I ain't putting that shit on my body. I'm just playing. There ain't no question if it's going to go or not, in my opinion. I am new to this channel. There's a lot of fun on YouTube tonight. Even Trey. But, I mean, there's a reason for, like, to say what it is. Like, I'm not denying that markets are tough and they're going to get a lot worse. Like, I'm not denying that, but I'm not also going to deny the facts of, like, if there's coordinated buying tomorrow and liquidity is being restricted. I've been in the game a lot longer than a lot of other creators, so I've seen a lot more. You know, I know Trey and Matt started investing in 2020. I've already witnessed this will be the fourth major correction, like damn near bear market. Been in since like late 2017, so it's like I've been through a lot. I know how short squeezes work. I know how the liquidity is the number one thing, and that's what I've been saying for a long time. So it's like, yes, if you're invested in other things, then yeah, markets are going to get clapped. AMC is going to get clapped too if this whole thing doesn't work tomorrow. At least boost us up. But it will slow down. The sell-off will start to slow down in your mid-cap stocks, and it will get more aggressive in your Apples, Amazons, Netflix. It will get more aggressive in those stocks and will slow down in the other stocks. This is not the first time I've seen, pain. Like even shit. Like right now is really bad too because everything is down and it's like the markets have just started to go. AMC has hit the head on the nail. Yes, sir, brother. You know, because people look at it too much in like the micro. Like, you have to know like what bonds are doing. You have to know about what's going on in the world. Like, that's how I made the trade on Disney. Because Netflix was too expensive to play, in my personal opinion. So I'm like, hey, how else can I play Netflix without spending $100 for a call? Or a couple $100 for a call? Well, I can play Disney that has dailies tomorrow. The stock only has to move 2% to the downside or 1% to the half a percent, whatever it was very small to the downside to break even compared to Netflix that had to move down 16% to break even. I'm going to fucking play the Disney. You know, it's like that's just an example, but macro plays into everything. But people never talk about the macro because it takes a lot of time and research to understand. I know pain is yeah. I've been in bio, yeah. First started, it was the damn penny stocks. Penny stocks gave me my first good clap. What's going to ask? How do you find what exactly Citadel is shorting? Well, in America with like the SEC, they don't actually have to report their real share shorted position. It's really, I mean, you could see like the puts and the calls and stuff like that, and that would be on like fintel.com. But they don't have to report their short positions. But the real problem is, in my opinion, is the brokerages, like your Robinhoods, Weebles, Fidelity, probably the number one player in this. They're lending out stock. If you own 100 shares, it's probably being lent out 3 to 4 times over and over again. So there's all this artificial supply, and then they just lend it out. So you get 400 shares that are shorted for 100 shares that are actually owned. And that happens, and then at the same time, Citadel routes 40% of all order flow, like 90% of retail or something crazy like that, 80-90% of all retail. And then they internalize probably half of it, make their arbitrage opportunities by buying it on this exchange or over here and giving it to you at this price. And then they just straight up route it to the dark pools where it don't affect the markets. But pretty soon, though, in like 2 months, there is a proposal that I expect to get passed that will start making it, law. What's the penalty for not reporting it? But law to report your short positions, your short shares. Bloomberg Terminal and Fintel, yeah. Bloomberg Terminal's like $2,000 a month. Like if you have a Bloomberg Terminal, you like are a hedge fund or you are an influencer and make a lot of money. Cause shit, I ain't putting 24,000 a year into a terminal. Shit. Guess I would if I had to, but fuck that. Yeah, Financial Journey. They have I think it's like $70 a month or something, 25 a month to get the Fintel, so you can see all of the positions. I don't remember exactly how it is before, but I know you can only see so much with the free version. I saw Donald Trump holding 2 banners saying, "Gary, do your job and look after private/retail investors." Is this real? Oh, man, hats off to him if it is. I have not seen that. Netflix went down because streaming sucks and AMC movies rule. Okay, I can get behind that, definitely. I would not argue that statement. We will go with that. We will definitely go with that. So yeah, markets are clapped. I'm gonna get my happy ass out of here. Go puke. Get ready for tomorrow. I'm just playing. No, it should be good. Should be really good. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to everybody that hit that donation button. Because YouTube, highway robbery when it comes to live streams. But yeah, best of luck to everybody. If you guys want all the trades in real time, link for that is in the last video in the pinned comment. We do well for ourselves over there. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for being here.